Hello, this is Anne-Marie, the storyteller for Eloise and Abelard, and today I'm going to tell you about my costume. This is what I wear to the medieval event sponsored by the Society for Creative Anachronism. Notice all of the jewelry, the embroidery on my underdress, my overdress, my cap, and notice my woven belt. I am a very rich 9th century Anglo-Danish woman who lives in Viking York in England. Eloise and Abelard takes place in early 12th century France. This costume is distinctively Viking and completely inappropriate. So, you won't see me in this either on stage or in the DVD. Here is a picture of a simple version of an early 12th century French costume. Completely different, isn't it? First, little or no jewelry. I might wear a cross on a necklace and maybe a simple ring, but that's it. Second, no embroidery at all, partly because it takes so much skill and time. However, we might put trim on the edges of the sleeves and near the bottom of the green overgown. Third, a long-sleeved overgown with sleeves that get wider past the elbows. These are called angel wing sleeves. We may line them in a contrasting fabric. Fourth, a long-sleeved undergown where only the ends of the sleeves show. That's the pink band you see near the hands. Fifth, a headdress that covers my neck and probably another headdress under that one which covers my ears and goes under my chin. Sixth, a leather belt. Seventh, shoes. That's the hard part. Appropriate shoes would be made of leather or cloth and would have a certain look. I don't have that type of shoe, and I don't quite know what we're going to do about it. Eighth, colors. This picture shows the costume in light colors. The actual gowns will be in very bright colors. As I said, that was a simple version of early 12th century French costume. There is another version meant for rich people. First, it has a puddle hem. That's basically a dress that is so long that it's too long for you, really, and the hem puddles about your feet. This means you have to pick up the front of the gown in order to walk without killing yourself. This shows you are rich several ways. First, your hands are empty because your servants are carrying all your belongings. Second, you have fabric to spare. Third, you don't care if the part of your gown that drags along the floor or the ground gets dirty. The other thing rich people wore were large sleeves. First, these sleeves were lined in something incredibly expensive, such as a fine fur. And then they were overlong, longer than your arm, so that you had a generous amount to fold back and show off that very expensive lining. Third, they had huge cuffs that went down to the knee or even further. And of course, if you were rich, your fabric was very expensive, very generous, fully cut. You had a copious headdress. If you wore jewelry, of course, and it was expensive and extravagant and so on and so forth. You get the picture. So, why aren't we using this wonderful style? The rich folks look style? Well, for one thing, money. The money has to come from either my wallet or your wallet through your kindness, contributing to the Indiegogo campaign. The materials are very expensive, and we're hiring an expert seamstress. The rich person's version takes longer to put together, and if you've hired someone, time equals, oh, look, money again. Second, let's take the puddle hem. I move around a lot when I tell. I would kill myself tripping over the puddle hem. And why don't I just pick it up? Because my hands will be busy, which brings us to the third thing, the sleeves. It's possible to pin them back, but even then, if they were long cuffed, they would be getting in my way constantly. They would swing wildly when I moved my arms and hands. I would be constantly waiting for them to fall over my arms. It would be very, very annoying. So, no rich person's version for me. However, even this picture, this version that you see in this picture, might have to be modified. I'll move around a lot in the hour I'm telling, and I guarantee that that headdress will slowly slide off my head unless it's well secured. Neither the sleeves nor the loose end of the belt can swing about as I move, because it's distracting. The overgown has to be long enough to cover my possibly dubious shoes, but short enough to let me walk freely. So, my costume not only has to match the milieu of the story, but it has to accommodate my style of telling. In fact, I might have to practice in it just to make sure we can work all the bugs out of it. How are we going to solve all these problems? I don't know. That's why we're hiring an experienced seamstress. I guess we'll all just have to wait and see. Thank you.